So, einen wunderschönen guten Tag und willkommen zurück zu Stanley Parable. Für euch ist es eine Woche vergangen, für mich nicht mehr ganz 5 Minuten. Und wir gehen hier einfach mal weiter. Genau, also mein Ablaufzeitraum wird sein, dass ich schaue, dass
Stanley
ich...
walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay, ich stecke kurz auf Pause. Mein Upload-Zeitraum wird sein, dass ich 3 Folgen aufnehme, dann jeweils eine Woche, jeweils einen Teil pro Woche hochlade und in Woche 3 die nächsten 3 vorbereite, aufnehme und so weiter oder in Woche 2, sodass ich halt auf die Kommentare eingehen kann, ein bisschen, wenn welche kommen. Ja, ich rechne jetzt noch nicht damit, weil es ist der Anfang von YouTube. Auch da muss man sich erstmal eine Base aufbauen. Escape. Mind Control Facility. Escape. Mind Control Facility. Escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Egal.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Egal.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Ja. Das sieht nach einem Sprung nach unten aus. Ach komm. Wie?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Wow.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oder auch nicht.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Nett. Nett, nett, nett. Es war wichtig, das Spieltempo in diesem ersten Abschnitt richtig einzustellen. Dieser Korridor wurde verschoben und verändert, um sicherzustellen, dass der Spieler die beiden Türen in einer guten Zeit erreicht. Die 2 Türen. Die 2 offenen Türen waren der erste konkrete Teil des Stanley Parable Designs. Als dieser Raum erstellt worden war, entwickelte sich der Rest des Spiels als eine Erweiterung davon, eine Erkundung des Widerspruchs, den dieser Raum darstellte. Aktenschränke. Landschaftsgemälde. Das ist so eine Art Beschreibung, was die Entwickler sich gedacht haben dabei, oder was? Das Büro 1, 2, 3 und so weiter. Knopfgeräusche, eine Auswahl an Geräuschen, die im gesamten Spiel beim Drücken von Knöpfen verwendet werden. Jedes Geräusch ist eine Mischung aus einem Tastaturanschlag und einem künstlichen Ton. Bürocomputer. Der lädt irgendwas. Ein Mann, eine Person, die Solitär spielt. Employee Database. Loading, den Rest kann ich nicht, das ist so klein. Also ich kann es schon lesen, es ist anstrengend. Credits. Chef Büro. Von der Entwicklung, okay, erster Entwurf, zweiter Entwurf, dritter Entwurf. Okay, der dritte wirkt halt sehr spartanisch. Ich kann verstehen, warum sie den zweiten genommen haben. Lounge. Untergrund, die erste Version des Untergrundteils des Spiels.
Now then, this elevator for sure will get him right back on track to where he was supposed to be in the story. Nothing there? Shoot. Well, try the other one then.
Erzähler Outtakes. Ich werde mich hier gerade dermaßen spoilern. Aber das ist okay. Bürouhr. Ich meine, es ist nett eingerichtet. Sehr hell. Das Büro. Wartungsraum. Eine erste Version des Wartungsraums. Drucker und so weiter. Diverse Bilder. Ultra Deluxe Ankündigung. Im Dezember 2018 kündigen wir bei den Game Awards die Ultra Deluxe Version von The Stanley Parable an. Dies sind Screenshots von Videos, die wir für die Ankündigung und Verzögerung des Spiels gemacht haben. Verzögerung. Nett. Sehen aber gut aus, muss ich sagen. Das Büro. Die Lounge. Eine erste Version der Lounge. Der Wohnungstimer. In einer frühen Version der Entscheidung, die zum Apartment geführt hat, hat ein Timer einem 15 Sekunden Zeit gegeben, um ans Telefon zu gehen. Wenn man nicht ans Telefon gegangen ist, hat das zu einem anderen Ende geführt. Der Lastenaufzug. Der Lastenaufzug sollte immer die Wahl bieten, auf dem Weg zu bleiben oder auf einen anderen Weg zu springen. Nach dieser ersten Version entschieden wir jedoch, dass wir auch die Option wollten, dass das Spiel in den Tod stürzt. Ja, habe ich mir schon gedacht. Der Lastenaufzug. Die zweite Version ist funktional die gleiche wie die im finalen Spiel, aber wir wollten, dass es mehr wie ein Ort aussieht, an dem tatsächlich Fracht gelagert wird. Ja. Sending-Hebel. Diese Hebel waren ursprünglich ein Teil von Sending. Der Spieler sollte an einem Hebel ziehen und der Erzähler sollte beschreiben, an welcher Farbe er gezogen hat. Sending. Dieser Screenshot zeigt eine erste Version des Endes, das als Sending bekannt ist und das letztendlich ausgeschnitten und mit einem anderen Teil des Spiels zusammengefügt wurde. Ja. Die Frage ist, was mache ich jetzt? Ich meine, es ist interessant und alles, aber ich will eigentlich nicht das Spiel so erkunden. Das ist einfach die Erzähler-Outtakes. Freiheitsende. Ja, nee. Will ich eigentlich alles gar nicht wissen. The game is now paused. Lange Zeit hatten wir ein Ende, das nur endete, wenn der Spieler aus dem Pausemenü neu startete. Leider haben nur sehr wenige Spieler erkannt, dass sie dies tun sollten, was für alle sehr frustrierend war. Was für alle frustrierend war, so, egal. Trailer, wir haben heute auf der Spielentwicklung 4 große Teaser-Trailer produziert, die alle etwas über den Geist des Spiels vermitteln sollten. Dies ist der erste, veröffentlicht im Mai 2012. Er zeigt eine Reihe von kaputten Räumen und die Stimme des Erzählers, der den Zuschauern mitteilt, dass er eine neue Version von The Stanley Parable repariert. Ja, man sieht den Unterschied in der Grafik direkt. Wobei ich nicht weiß, ob der Original so aussah, der Trailer. Meetingraum. One Option, Two Option, One Option, End. Grundriss. Ich will mir jetzt eigentlich nicht so Teil durchlesen. Ich will eigentlich nur schauen, ob ich hier so wieder rauskomme. Wahrscheinlich nein. Das Spiel erneut beginnen. Und wir folgen jetzt einfach mal nur dem Narrator die ganze Zeit.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Oder auch nicht.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Ja, okay, wir können auch nur nach links.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Ja, doch.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Ich liebe das Ganze gerade.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Dieses Mal folge ich dem Weg nach der ersten
When Stanley... Wait, what?
Okay, es hat nicht durchgestartet.
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Okay. In a guild, everyone knows what you did. They're just holding back to let you torture yourself. Yeah. Ich glaube, das ist einfach nur ein riesiger Kreis.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Ich liebe dieses Spiel.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Die Frage ist, hilft uns das jetzt irgendwas? Nein.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything? Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Das ist genial gebaut. Uah.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
Ja.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
I win. We'll restart.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Ich will aber nicht der Linie folgen.
No, I'm down. We're living it up to the line from now on.
Okay. Dann müssen wir der wohl ein bisschen folgen. Ah, ich liebe dieses Spiel so sehr. Es ist so verwirrend, aber es ist so genial.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right?
Ja.
Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa.
Vermutlich.
Oh, that got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
What the fuck ist dieses Spiel? Das war im Kreis gelaufen. Da kann ich nicht lang. Also nicht an der Wand. Epische Musik. Ja, dieses Fragezeichen fühle ich. Oder diese Fragezeichen. Adventureline TM. Kann hier geradeaus? Ja, bringt mich nicht weit.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Es ist ein Farn. Wir merken uns, es ist ein Farn.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Ja. Ja, das ist der Anfang. Okay, wir müssen wieder in den Raum mit den ganzen Monitoren. Auch wenn es Mr. Voice vermutlich nicht gefallen wird. Wobei Mr. Voice war aus einem anderen Spiel.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart. You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go
Nicht
wild.
kreisförmig.
Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Ich glaube nicht, dass diese Geschichte sonderlich viel bietet.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Ja, wir ignorieren die Linie jetzt einfach. Wir folgen einfach dem Gang. Und sie ist weg. Wir haben gesiegt.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? Since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Über die wir im Kreis laufen will. Das Verwirrungsende.
Hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me?
Niemand.
Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination, so I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Neustart. Und der Erzähler ist jetzt wahrscheinlich weg. Weg. Und wir sind wieder allein.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Ich habe keine Ahnung, was passiert ist. Aber ich schätze mal, Stanley ist mal wieder
Stanley
gestorben.
came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Nee. Okay, muss ich. Da war wahrscheinlich der Meeting Room. Okay. Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here
Nee, hier ist
either.
Meeting.
Feeling
Okay.
a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Oder so.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Ja. Tun wir auch. Weil ich wieder Licht habe und sehe, wo ich hinlaufe. Oder so. Ah, haben wir schon, okay. Tastenfeld. Oh. Dieses Mal folgen wir auch dem Weg, wie die Stimme es von uns verlangt hat. Dann wir können hier irgendwie... Nee. Doch. Dunkel. Da können wir nicht weiter. Das ist immer ein bisschen verwirrend, wenn ich nicht sehe, wo es wirklich weitergeht. Ah.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Ja, hier war ich ja noch nicht.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Vermutlich, ja. Aber hier waren wir schon mal.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Boah. Hört sich gut an.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Vielleicht.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Ja.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Klingt nach dem Plan, aber ist eh alles offline, also was soll's. Control disabled. Control disabled. Offline. Hier funktioniert sowieso nichts. Was soll ich zerlegen? Egal, gehen wir mal da runter. Es passiert nicht. Überraschung, nicht mein Kommentar. Facility Power. Mein Controls idle. Awaiting input. Ja. System power.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going. What all this means, I barely know where to start.
Das ist ungut.
You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite
Das wird nicht funktionieren zeitmäßig für mich.
Go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Ich weiß nicht mehr, wo die 1 war.
You're in for quite a disappointment. But
Ja.
here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock,
Bye.
Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Okay. Da hätte ich jetzt mal die Frage, hätte ich noch irgendwas tun können? Egal. An dem Punkt beende ich jetzt erstmal die 2. Folge. Und ja. Bis zum nächsten Mal oder so mit The Stanley Parable.
All of his co-workers